Yes. As I said, Simon, my first graduate technologist was a graduate from your university. She joined the company in
Mhm.
2014, and she was one of the best graduate tech I had so far. I will definitely say that.
Fantastic.
And she did show a loads of interest to learn new things and new technical skills, particularly uh, very food industry based skills, looking after not only product, also looking after the projects. And she really did a very good job for over 2 years time, and obviously she succeeded and she moved on. And as the university is definitely producing this kind of student, I would like to see more and more of this sorts of graduates coming out of the university who could be a real asset to the food industry.
Fantastic. Well, if you've got any other positions that come up in the future, if you're interested in new recruits that are coming out, please let us know, because we can always send you some CVs and covering letters from our graduates, and you can always add them to your list of other people that are applying for the position.
Uh, Definitely, yes. I mean, I'm very open to receive direct messages, and people can direct message me on LinkedIn if they are really interested to know more about the company. And we are very open to help students who are coming out of the university. And we always got some jobs available, so there's always good thing to keep up and keep in contact. So anything comes up, definitely the person will be ringing in my head, and definitely that will be a better opportunity, and we can definitely move to at least the stage beyond that.
Brilliant. Thank you, Deb. Okay, so just to start off, thank you, Deb, for doing this interview with me. So could you just tell us who you are, please, and where you work?
My name is Deb. I am the technical manager for Artisan du Chocolat. We are a British chocolate manufacturer based in Ashford in Kent, and we produces luxury chocolates for our own brand and shops in London, and some of the shops are also situated abroad. Along with, we also produce a lot of own brand labeling for UK and European retailers. We not only make chocolates, we also make edible chocolate spreads in various flavors and decorations, and also in different shapes and fillings, which are very pioneering techniques and products which no other than just only a chocolate, but also value added product with added nutritional value and benefits, such as added vitamins and added active ingredients in the products as well. So you can enjoy not only the chocolate but also can benefit from it. Well, definitely there is a benefit of chocolate. It not only makes happy to people, it also gives them the feeling of the luxury that you don't have to miss out on good things. You definitely deserve the good things, and chocolate is one of those. And definitely, I enjoy working for Artisan du Chocolat, and I've been with the business for the last 5.5 years.
Yeah.
And my day-to-day job is mostly looking after all the customer technical accounts, looking
Mhm.
after the site food safety, meeting the legislative requirements, getting the site certifications, traceability and supply chain management, sustainability management, and training and coaching my team, along with managing loads of new product development projects. Currently, we develop more than 200 new products every year.
Wow, 200.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing, that is. So how did you get into this line of work in the first place then?
My career goes back. My career starts in a very weird direction. I will admit that. Basically, my first degree is engineering in biotechnology, and I started my first job with Cipla Pharmaceuticals as a formula for the baby food nutrients back in India,
Hmm.
and that's where actually I got very much keen and interested in food side of the business, and I studied further. And after completing my studies in food technology, I got into food industry. Started with seafoods. From
Hmm.
seafoods, moved into vegetable oil and essential fats. Then moved into herbs and spices, sauces, glazings and mixings. Then moved into auditing and got the chance of traveling around the world. I think I can definitely take more than 80 countries in my list. And
Wow.
and then I moved into ready meal and chilled products, where of course I developed more than 30 products for various UK retailers. And then for a while I did consulting myself, and then settled in Artisan du Chocolat very much recently, I will say, in my timelines. but it's been 5.5 years I've been sincere.
Fantastic. So did you come to the UK from India and then work straight at the Artisan Chocolate Company, or have you worked for another companies before the chocolate company?
When I arrived in UK, I come here to study. Actually, I
All
did
right.
my in University of Leeds. I completed my master's studies in University of Leeds, and I also did a small project with Nestle in York for a while. And but I didn't move into chocolate straight away after that. I started my career with seafood industry with Young's, and from there I started climbing the ladder. I started as a compliance manager, but then I moved around and did various type of jobs, which of course included in various food categories, auditings, and looking after sustainability part of the business as well. And as I was mentioning before, packaging is one of my very interesting subject, because you can make fantastic product, but you can't put it in the shelf unless your packaging is the right sort. So knowing the product scale and understanding the basic of packaging is very important when it comes to deliver a successful project of new product and put it in the market. And chocolates definitely is one of the most adventurous good. You can really play with chocolate a lot. You cannot play with any other product. Chocolates, you can definitely play a lot. And when you make that product, you can really go absolute, if I can use the word, like mad on that product, because you can really not only introduce very wild flavors and textures, you can also add very new colors and decorations. We have developed loads of product which do not contain any artificial colors. Those colors are mostly derived from various fruit and vegetable extract, even including spirulina and algae. And also certain colors are derived from sunflowers and fruit and flower petals. And these colors, with the right carrier, can definitely stay in a fat-based product like chocolate and can stay for a shelf life worth of 9 to 12 months, which is enough shelf life to market a product in the self in market a product and definitely make it commercially viable to sell. And definitely you can play around when it comes to molding of the chocolate, because this is a product which definitely shows very interesting characters when it comes to different state, either as a solid or as a liquid or as a semi-solid. So you can use not only molding, but also you can use the technique as extrusions, and you can also use technique as spreading and depositing with this particular raw material. Hence, chocolate has been my favorite so far.
Fantastic. I suppose you do a lot of food tasting as well when you're there.
Yes, daily, every day, that food tasting happens at 11 o'clock in the morning, and every product which is produced on site do get tested by a team of panelists who are absolutely selected for their detailed understanding on flavor, textures, aroma, and can detail the product in different way, because it's always good to know about your product, what you produce, not only from a technical prospect, but also from prospect of the people, those who make it on the factory floor. Our test panelists are also operators. They're not technical people, because they've been working in the product and area for a long time. They can explain the product much better. There is no limit where you can learn from, and most of my learning on how to make chocolate comes from our operators, not from any textbook. I can definitely.
So what do you find are your greatest challenges then in your current role?
When you work in industry, it's not black and white. You have to draw fine line and balanced line between your decisions. And every day, when I said we supply to so many different customers in the UK, and most of our customers are retailers, they got different corporate agendas and different marketing strategies, and they want to be all different from each other. So defining that fine line, because chocolate could be only dark milk and white, or ruby if we can add the new one, or green if that is really a chocolate. But we definitely can say one thing, that everybody want to have a different product in their self. And drawing that fine line and balancing the act of how you deliver without breaching the legal and safety obligation of the product is the most challenging factor of my day-to-day job. No condition we're going to in no condition we will ever compromise our standard and quality, because that is what Artisan du Chocolat stands for. There is no compromise on quality and standard. When people have to spend that sort of money to buy a box of chocolate, when they open it, it's not supposed to be only wow, it also got to be a memory for them. And creating that fine line to produce that best product and put it in market is the biggest challenge. And as I said, sometimes I have to draw lines within what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and can certain level and degree of changes could be made to a particular product, but without compromising the standard, and still keep the customer happy is the biggest challenge. But of course, operationally, there are various and plenty of challenge. I think if I'll start listing them, I think the entire meeting will end up just listing the operational challenge. But I will definitely add one challenge, definitely, and that is, as I mentioned in the beginning, chocolate is dark, milk, and white for many people. On site, we handle 38 different kind of chocolates. Because every chocolate are very specific coverages, and those coverages have got different sustainability, marketing, and ethical agendas listed into it, which is not visual, but you have to understand that this commodity is separate from other commodity, despite they are dark chocolate or milk chocolate or white chocolate. Making sure that any of your operation doesn't jeopardize the legality of that product in the final end product is the biggest operational challenge when you are dealing with 38 different varieties of chocolate, not only 3 varieties of chocolate in a factory which is only 40,000 square feet.
Wow, I didn't realize there's so many different types of chocolate. That's crazy, as you said. So what kind of skills do you regularly use that help with your job?
One word: multitasking. You got to be multitasking. And when you're multitasking, you got to be very vigilant. Eyes and ears and mind got to be open all the time, because this is how you make decision. And taking decision without thinking does comes with experience, but it can be learned by keeping an open mind and being eager to get yourself to that position where not only you can multitask, but also you can deliver the correct and right result one after other. Because one of your wrong decision can not only make the product illegal, but also it can put public health at risk if you have taken any wrong decision. So definitely the most challenging is operationally is to make sure the products are good, but also the skill which you have to use is one and only is be multitasking. That cannot be compromised, because on a daily basis, my email inbox is roughly 300, and some of them need replying, some of them need to be put into the trash, but still I left with 50% of email which need a very rational and very good explanation before I can really go back. And at the same time, I have to spend my time to help my team, who is also depend on me, and I have to support them as my, because at the end of the day, what is a technical team? It's an operational support team to make the operation happen smoothly and correctly.
Fantastic. So if you were interviewing some people, graduates for a position within your company, what kind of things on their CV or covering letter would stand out that would make you go, wow, I want to see them further?
I will definitely advise any CV to be having at least 2 or 3 bullet points mentioning their key accomplishment, because it's very easy. If you know yourself who you are, you can definitely put it on your CV. What are your 3 top accomplishments so far? It could be academic, it could be personal, it could be something you're proud of. Because once I read that, I definitely can see the person is passionate and take pride of the job and work the person is into. And I definitely need that person in my team.
Fantastic. So do you have any final advice then for any of our existing or new students coming into us that could help them on their way?
If you're going for interview and trying to apply for jobs in any industry or any company, first of all, my advice will be just be yourself. No need to take any copy paste answers from any video and take that as your answer for a question. Try to do a lot of research into the company. What do they do? Because it really makes the employer feel good about if you have done a research on them, because that shows the eagerness of you to work for them, because you have really done a good research onto them. Like how you read before an exam for your answers, exactly do the same thing. Read about the company, read about the product, who are their customers, what kind of product and what kind of market they work into. Because once you are in the factory, you will do exactly the same job. So just be yourself, do a very good detailed research into the company and the product, and everything else is fine, because there's no need to be any 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 fancy answers to any question. That is not necessary. One thing is necessary, and that is whether you are aware about what you are going to do if I hire you. If you're aware about that, so simply do a bit of research of the job, do a bit of research about the company, and just be yourself, because there are lots of things. Because first of your achievement is you have been to the university and done a fantastic study, and you have done good on your studies year after year. So you have already proved yourself. Now you just simply have to tell me that you have proved this in your studies, and I can definitely prove that in this job. And that is how you get a job, without any doubt.
Fantastic. Well, Deb, thank you very much. That's been brilliant. Yeah, thank you for taking the time and talking to me. Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Thanks for asking me.
Great.